Jai Gurudev, welcome all of you to this new episode of Guru Siyag Yoga, Bliss, Becoming and Being, and this is part 29. And I have with me my co-host Manju Chabra. And Manju, you can unmute yourself.
Jai
Yeah,
Gurudev. Thank you, Garima.
Yeah,
It's
welcome to the show today. And
yeah.
today will be an interesting session because we will be doing certain basic things, and of course, we will be doing covering some new things. Like in this session, we will be discussing some frequently asked questions about Guru Siyag Yoga. So these are the basic questions that practitioners have, especially the ones who are totally new to the practice. So, as some of you might already be aware of Guru Siyag Yoga, that what Guru Siyag Yoga is, and who our Gurudev is. So on the left side, you can already see Guru Ramlal Ji Siyag, and he is our beloved Gurudev. And on the right side is Babaji Sri Gangainath Ji, and he is Gurudev of our Gurudev. So we can say he's our grandfather Gurudev. So with love, we address him like that. And then we, in the previous session, we have shared multiple times that what is the practice, and what is the method, and what is the core philosophy. So those of you who are watching this show for the first time and doesn't know much about Guru Siyag Yoga, you may watch other videos on the channel. And this particular series is in English, so you may watch more episodes from this series. And majorly you would get benefited by visiting the website, that is www.gurusiyagyoga.org. So as you can see in the tickler running below, so you may visit the website, and the website beautifully captures many aspects of Guru Siyag Yoga, that who the Gurudev is, and what is his journey, and of course the philosophy about Siddha Yoga, and the method to progress on this path. So Guru Siyag Yoga involves mantra chanting and meditation, and of course how we need to think, believe, behave, and all that. So these are also something that we do actively as we progress on this path. But the core practice is the meditation and the chanting of the mantras. Chanting of the mantra is the silent chanting of the mantra, and meditation is a 15-minute meditation that we do twice a day. And now what we can do is to know better about the basics of Guru Siyag Yoga. We can cover some FAQs, and the best way to visit the FAQ Qs is to actually go through the FAQs there on the website. So today in this show, I would be asking various questions, small questions, and Manju would be answering them. And I would encourage that Manju, you can cover the answers, keeping in mind the answers given on the website. So already you are practicing Guru Siyag Yoga from quite a few years now, and I also have been practicing it. So we know the basics around it, but we will be following a sequence of questions that are already given on the website. Yeah, so we can start now. So my first question is, and that is truly a question that is there in everybody's mind who gets to know about Guru Siyag Yoga for the first time. So, is there any particular appropriate time for doing Guru Siyag Yoga meditation?
Yeah, so there's no, I mean, I'm just reading out the FAQs for beginners from, as Garima had said, the website. I'll still repeat it for you. It is gurusiyagyoga.org, and we are doing FAQs for beginners. So Gorima has asked a question: is there any particular appropriate time for doing Guru Siyag meditation? And the answer is no. You can meditate whenever it is convenient for you to do so. However, Gurudev advises disciples to meditate at least once in the morning and once in the evening.
Yeah, of course. And so, Manju, how have you been meditating?
So, how I have been meditating is, I get up in the morning and after doing my morning chore, I just kind of sit down for meditation and I kind of, visualize Gurudev on my third eye. And then I, kind of request him to allow meditation for 15 minutes, and then I start silently chanting the mantra, which we will be playing towards the end of the session, and then doing meditation for 15 minutes in our session today. And then I chant the mantra silently, and then after 15 minutes, it happens on its own that my eyes get, I just open my eyes after 15 minutes, and that's the whole thing. And the most important part which we need to take care, and similarly in the evening, the most important part we need to take care is that we should not have consumed our food. At least 2 to 3 hours of gap between meditation and having our food. That time should be there. 2 to 3 hours after our food, we should be meditating. That is the only thing we need to take care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and maybe we will be having a FAQ, a
yeah,
question around this in the FAQ as well.
yeah.
So basically, what happens is when we start on this journey, so initially it's beneficial that we do not really stress around when to meditate. Do what is most comfortable to ensure that you are meditating twice a day. So that is perhaps the message for the beginners. And as and when we walk on this path, you must have already noticed that we automatically adapts to this practice, and
Yeah.
somehow we accommodate the meditation in our schedule as it fits best. So, and it may be different for different people. I have met practitioners who meditate at 7 o'clock in the morning and 11 o'clock at night, and then there are ones who meditate 10 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the evening. So whatever is possible for you, and just start with that, and slowly it will evolve with time and the wisdom that comes inside you. Yeah, so the
So
next question
I would
to
like
you.
to interrupt, and or I would say I would like to add here, and this is what I have experienced, and I believe most of us over here may experience or have already experienced, that we start kind of comparing our journey with other practitioners, and that is something I would say we should refrain from, because we all
Absolutely.
have our own journeys. And just thinking that how come the other practitioner is having a lot of you know different experiences, I'm not able to have them. If we start comparing, it won't help us. So we have our
Yeah,
own journey, and since we are into this meditation, we have to believe that whatever is happening because of Gurudev's grace, and we should accept it and continue our journey on our own without comparison. This is what I wanted to add. Yeah, please go on.
yeah. Thank you for sharing that. So, in this context, maybe we can conclude that your meditation practice will be looking very different from all other practitioners, and all of us are following the basics in the same way anyway. So, we are all meditating only twice a day. We are
Yes.
all doing our best to chant the mantra. So these
Mm.
are this is the common thing that we all have to do, and rest of it happens as per as is needed by the individual. So it doesn't follow any set pattern as such. So thank you, Manju, again for bringing that point again. So the second question is, how long should I meditate? Is there any specific time limit for doing meditation?
So, Guru Siyag, so Gurudev advises 15-minute meditation for beginners, and the duration can be increased up to 30 minutes during winter or in cooler climates. The Kundalini is a very powerful form of energy, and it creates, actually it generates a lot of heat in the body, and one does the when one does that practice. So increased heat in the body will not cause so increased heat in the body will not cause any discomfort in winter, as it might,
In summer.
create that, yeah, in summers. So hence, Gurudev advises 15 minutes during summers and 30 minutes during winters or in cooler areas. And Gurudev also advises disciples to meditate at least twice, morning and evening. And you live in cold climate, you may meditate 4 to 5 times a day and also extend the duration of meditation to 30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and many a times, besides the heat of Kundalini that practitioners may experience if they meditate in excess, besides that, you might also feel tingling and other manifestations of active Kundalini energy, and you may not find those manifestations exactly comfortable if you really extend your meditation unnecessarily or without any any reason for doing so, because there's only one reason to extend your meditation as of now for beginners, and that is the climate part. That if you live in cold countries where snow is there most of the time, so you people can extend your meditation up to 30 minutes in one go, but otherwise there is no reason. And it's not that those who are living in colder countries they have to meditate 30 minutes, so it's nothing like that. So the basic time given is 15 minutes in one go, but if you feel like if there is some inner call or inner direction towards increasing your meditation, so you may ask Gurudev to extend your meditation timing to 30 minutes.
yeah.
Yes. So the next thing is that, should I set an alarm for the desired time limit before I sit down to meditate?
So you don't have to set an alarm unless you think it is necessary. All you need to do before beginning meditation is pray to Gurudev, asking him to help you. Meditate for the desired duration of time, whether it is 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes. And when you do so, you will come out of meditative state at the precise time limit set by you. However, if your meditation breaks in between before your desired set limit or goes on beyond the limit occasionally, do not worry about it. Your meditation routine will act like clockworks as you progress along on the spiritual path. So actually, I feel, Gorima, that initially for beginners, it's better to start at 15 minutes and pray to Gurudev to allow 15 minutes of meditation. And intuitively, I think things will start to happen once we have faith in Gurudev, and once we have our, I would say, intense faith, and it will come on our own. That is there. But initially, to start with, I would say a recommendation would be 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening.
Right. And as such, we do not have to use any alarm. And it is true that most of us, we pray to Gurudev, even if we say some random number like, I only want to meditate 7 minutes today as I need to leave for somewhere. So it has happened with me in the past that I hardly had any time. I hadn't managed my time well, and I had to leave, and I asked for only 7 minutes or sometimes 8 minutes or anything. So, and precisely my meditation timing was 7 minutes and 8 minutes, and it has happened sometimes that my meditation got extended or sometimes it was cut short. So sometimes that also happen. And as you rightly said, that as and when we progress, so slowly and slowly our connection with Gurudev becomes better. Our uh, our hold, or we can say that our maybe the way we practice, the way
Yeah.
we follow the method, or the way we associate with Gurudev, and the practice evolves over time, and so is the everything around it.
Hmm.
So this is the thing. So
Yeah.
initially, as a beginner, sit twice a day. That is something that is important to understand. And of course, chanting of the mantra is advised to be done round the clock, 24 into 7. So let's see, we may have an FAQ about that as well. So can I interrupt my meditation if I'm required to attend something urgent like ringing of a bell or answering a telephone call or something?
Yeah, yes, you may. I would say for mobiles, we can just put it on silent. That's important. But yeah, if you're
Yeah.
alone in the house and there's no one and you have to answer the bell, or if your child or someone at home really needs you urgently, definitely. In that situation, you can resume meditation after you have completed that task.
Yeah.
Uh,
And we all find ourselves in this situation
yeah.
because it's inevitable that when we are meditating, a bell inevitably, some days it rings, somebody is there at the door waiting for us, and we have to open the door or whatever. And that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. It's just that just do whatever needs to be done and then resume your meditation. It's a good practice, I would say, in becoming more patient. Because many a times I have experienced that surge of anger, and then I suddenly became mindful that, oh, I am remembering the Lord, I am dedicating this time to the Lord. So what's the point of this anger now?
Hmm.
So this had, in fact, even interruptions during meditations I have experienced have served a purpose in terms of making me more patient. That nobody wants to ring the bell at that time, but they have to do for some reason, and that's okay. So,
It's really
anyways,
taking
yeah,
me to my own, like, it's triggering those memories, when I started meditating, and, it wasn't easy to sit for 15 minutes and continue with the meditation
yeah,
initially. And definitely, I would say the surrender part takes time, and the grace of Gurudev is there 100%. But believe me, maybe we are not ready for it. I mean, that's my experience. I'm not saying that any one of you may experience or not, but I'm just sharing a part of my journey here. But definitely, you just sit down for meditation, and there is, like you said, there is something which is happening, and you get angry, or maybe you just get inclined to
yeah,
immediately react. And
yeah,
now it is like, when you're meditating and you're so much in sync with that meditation, that if it is happening, it will not create that response, in your mind. And you, like you said, patient, you'll be more patient, and it is there, and it's okay, it will happen. You just let it be. So that's the
exactly.
change which I have experienced. And initially, it was like, maybe you really wanted to get up, you really wanted, that thing to happen. I would say I didn't want it, but there was something which was making it, that unrest in me was making it happen. I would say that.
Yes. So
So
I
it,
would say that perhaps many a times it also has happened with me that I rang a bell myself in my head. So I thought that
uh,
somebody is ringing the bell, but there was no one at the
yeah,
door. So so we are so used to uh, being so alert, hyper alert, and hyper outside, outwards, I would say. So
yeah,
present in a hyper outwards way, that it becomes quite difficult initially to sit still even for
Yeah.
15 minutes. And in fact, that it in itself is a kind of a revelation for many of us, when we experience that
Yeah.
these 15 minutes are really big, because we are we are
I
not
know.
able to sit. We have suddenly all the work that I have to do start flashing in front of me, and Gurudev
True.
would vanish from my third eye, and everything that needs to be done and all that. So, and it must be happening with so many of us. But
True.
slowly, yes, we can say that since we have been practicing for quite a few years, so we become better and better in terms of accepting this whole journey, and whatever it encompasses, whatever level of focus we start with, it becomes slowly better and better, better and better. So it's a matter of daily commitment. Just sit there, rest of the things would happen on its own accord. So that's the beauty of Guru Siyag Yoga, that it promises you divine transformation, and you just need to do your bit, that is chanting of the mantra and sitting for meditation, and then you're bound to progress. There is no other way. So you're bound to
Yeah.
progress. Yeah. So let us see. Yes, so now the point comes, can I meditate immediately after consuming a meal? Will it cause me any harm?
So, as I mentioned earlier, avoid meditating immediately after consuming a meal. It is not advisable to meditate on a full stomach. You should meditate at least 3 to 4 hours after a meal. If you meditate on a full stomach and experience pranayam, which is the breath movement, or shirshasana, which is a headstand, you may feel nauseated. So, yeah, one should do meditation only after 3 to 4 hours after consuming the meal.
Yeah,
I feel
because
in a way we get disciplined also, kind of.
yeah, definitely. That's one of the element for sure. When we have to meditate, we understand that if I have to meditate at 6 o'clock in the evening, so I do not eat after 2 o'clock in the
Yeah,
afternoon. So that's good for
yeah.
that is good for every aspect of a being anyway.
Hmm.
And about the meditation, yes, so many a times people experience yogic movements and pranayama while they are in meditation, and if you are having your stomach full or even half full, it kind of become uncomfortable for whosoever is meditating. So it's better to have fairly empty stomach. So it doesn't hurt if you have had half a glass of water before meditation. That's not a problem. But having a meal and then meditating is not a good idea. And suppose you have had, by mistake, you just ate 4 or 5 almonds, or you just ate half a biscuit, and
Hmm.
then after an hour or so you are thinking that shall I meditate or not. So that's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's just that not on a full stomach. If you have half a biscuit in your stomach that you ate around half an hour ago, that's fine. What do you have to say, Manju?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. When it says full stomach, it would mean a meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
So
idea is
preferably,
that,
yeah.
yeah, if someone, there are some yogic movements, it may or may not happen depending on the person. So, in
Yeah.
case if there are some yogic movements, then it might become, difficult, like you'll feel nauseatic. So, that is the reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we come to the next question. Am I required to make any special sitting arrangement to practice GSY meditation?
No, there is no prescribed sitting arrangement for practicing Guru Siyag Yoga meditation. Sitting cross-legged on the floor is advisable, but not mandatory. I think it would mean that some people who are comfortable, those people who are comfortable to sit, Cross leg on floor is fine, and some people, because of some issue, if they are not able to sit cross leg on floor, then definitely they can sit on the chair. And when sitting on the floor, one can sit on hard ground or a mat. There is no restriction. One may sit on a chair, sofa, couch, or bed as per convenience. And for a beginner, someone new to Guru Siyag Yoga and not spirituality in general, it is not advisable to sit against a wall or any other support, nor should one lie down and do the meditation. The body of the practitioner should be free to experience yogic postures and kriya during meditation. For instance, leaning forward or backward is a common occurrence during meditation, and a back support may prevent the practitioner from experiencing this kriya. And a practitioner may feel his or head grow heavy if the kriya is obstructed. And this is also why during group sessions, practitioners are asked to keep some distance between each other to allow free body movements. The meditation place can be changed as frequently as one likes. And if a physical disability or acute pain prevents the practitioner from sitting upright or unsupported, one can meditate in a position that is most suitable or comfortable. Example, lying down. So it's a meditation which allows the beginner to be very comfortable, and you can just sit in a comfortable position while doing meditation. But for those who are unable to do, if someone is because of some condition or cannot get up from the bed, is lying down, he or she can meditate just by lying down and chanting the mantra. So it takes care, I mean, the person, depending on his condition, his or condition, can do the meditation accordingly.
Yeah, so we do not have to really make any hand mudra, or we do not really have to do anything as such. Since sit in the most comfortable position, we do not really have to make sure that our spine is straight or anything like that. Our position must be very comfortable, and we must have some space around ourselves. So maybe around 3, 4 feet, 5 feet. And if somebody doesn't have that much space, so whatever space is available, have some space around you, and sit in the meditation. That is it. And yes, we do not need special mats. And those of you who want to sit on a cushion or a mat, even that is fine. So the idea is sit in the most comfortable position, whatever position is most comfortable. Yeah, great. So that's such a lovely thing, isn't it? Because in
Yeah,
many meditations, it is quite mandatory to sit in the upright position and to
yeah,
make
definitely.
any specific hand mudra, and to breathe in a certain way and all that stuff. So all that is not really needed and not at all advised in Guru Siyag Yoga meditation, because whatever posture is best for you will be worked upon automatically, and whatever mudras, whatever breathing needs to happen will happen on its own accord. So it is such a fascinating scientific method to meditate, wherein your own Kundalini energy supports you in your sitting. So, as a practitioner,
Absolutely.
I can say that initially I was using various cushions to sit, because I was not able to sit without a cushion, and I really needed a thick cushion beneath me to sit properly. But somehow, from past 2 3 months, I'm not using any cushion, so I'm able to sit without using any cushion, and my spine is somehow not upright most of the time. Sometimes it becomes upright for around 1 or 2 minutes, and then it comes back to some its normal C position or whatever position. So it's so this practice gives you so much acceptance, so much compassion, and feeling that good things happen with sincere efforts, and you do not have to push or do anything extra hard to evolve yourself. So that's the greatness of our guru and the practice given by him.
Actually, and I think that is what were, I was drawn to the simplicity and the ease with which, like 15 minutes was like, wow, only 15 minutes. And, that is something which is very doable. And sitting in
Absolutely.
any position, any direction, there are no qualms about you have to do this or that. I mean, if you tell me to sit down with a particular mudra in a way, then my whole attention goes towards only doing those things. Then I'm not able to visualize Gurudev, right? So
Yeah,
while my attention is only to, like straighten my spine or do a particular mudra or just be conscious about few things, then I will not be able to kind of meditate. This is what I later
absolutely.
realized. So it is so, the ease is, I mean, I think the ease, the simplicity, and
Yeah,
all these things were really made it possible for me to get into Guru Siyag Yoga.
absolutely. And that is why the method is so simple, and there are no special dictums around the same. So all of us get to feel that we all are special. Nobody else is better, because Gurudev has given such a simple practice, anybody can do it.
Yeah,
So we can't say that this person is doing better than me, because all you have to do is sit twice a day and however you like and chant the mantra.
true.
So all of us can do it. So that ways it's simply such a blessing. So should I face any particular direction like east or west to practice Guru Siyag Yoga meditation?
Not at all. You don't have to face any specific direction when you meditate. You may just sit facing any direction you like, and with Gurudev's grace, it is present, ever present in all directions.
All directions. That's lovely.
Yeah.
So does a practitioner have to sit in a quiet or isolated spot to meditate?
Before this, answering this question, I would say initially I wanted everybody to be quiet, no noise,
Yeah.
because I mean, I wanted to be like angry on anyone making noise. And the beauty is, as get accustomed and as you continue to meditate, I think all these things just don't matter. I mean, all these things, you just don't need those prerequisites, to do meditation. That's the best part. So,
Yeah,
to answer
absolutely.
this, yeah, a quiet place should be preferred, but is not mandatory. Gradually, you will be able to meditate in any place as you practice meditation regularly. And very often, beginners find it difficult to concentrate and focus during meditation, especially if they are in noisy place and someone talking loudly nearby, the roar of traffic, sounds of car horns, TV, radio, blaring loud music, construction work noise, rain falling on the roof, ticking of clocks, wind blowing hard, can easily disturb a beginner. However, one should continue meditation without losing patience, and with regular practice, you will soon find that external noises don't disturb you any longer, and you can meditate in any situation.
Yeah, and that is truly a fascinating finding, because initially I thought that I will never be able to meditate because
Mm.
my house is almost on the main road, and it always is bustling with uh, so much traffic, and of course then the voices of horns and all that. So whenever I used to sit for meditation, I was not able to do anything initially. But yes, later on, it's so very true that I
Mm.
still meditate at the same place, same spot, same traffic, and everything. And now it doesn't make any difference to my meditation at all. So yes, that's indeed very true. So wherever you want, you have a place to meditate, please use that place to meditate. So those of you who do not have quite serene rooms or place dedicated for meditation, please do not feel that you can't progress on this path. And you, since you do not need any special place to meditate, just sit wherever you can for meditation. That is the message.
So here I would also like to say, Gaurima, lot many times we need to also accommodate others, and we need to respect others. And in case if I feel, suppose if I am in a house where a lot of noise is there or a lot of people are around, and I'm
Absolutely.
not able to find that uh, time. So maybe when people go off to sleep or when they're busy in their own work. So we need to accommodate with our people around. I think that can also be done.
That
Getting
can
up
also be done.
early. Yeah,
And I believe it can be done both ways. So
yeah,
like you're saying, so those of us who would somehow prefer to meditate in silence, and they definitely can do that they can do while people are asleep in their house, or whenever there is most peace available to them.
yeah,
But otherwise, I would say, being a mom of school going children, and we already
mm,
wake up so early
yeah,
to send our kids to school, and it may not be possible for you to get up earlier than whatever time you are getting. So even that is okay. And I believe that when we continuously share with our family members that I'm going for meditation,
yeah,
and it will only take 15 minutes, so everybody becomes mindful and they become accepting. And the other benefit about this is that everybody gets that inspiration to meditate in their life. So whenever they are ready to meditate, so it may be after a few days or months or years, so they also have this idea of they also have this idea of meditation well entrenched in their consciousness,
yeah.
because a family member has always shared that, okay, so now I am meditating. So even that could be something that people might like to explore who are doing Guru Siyag Yoga meditation.
I believe they might get very curious.
Yeah, but there's one more thing that
Yeah,
initially I have met people that who would not like to really share with the family that they are doing any meditation, let alone Guru Siyag Yoga meditation, because our Gurudev looks so simple, and it comes across as a very, very, very simple, plain human being. So they are not really comfortable sharing about him with their family,
yeah,
and initially they do not share, so they want to keep it a secret. So so then you have to find a way to meditate whenever it is suitable to you. But I've experienced that slowly, once our faith grows stronger in Gurudev, then we are able to really be open about it, that I am under the discipleship of Guru Ramlal Ji Siag, and I'm liking it, and I have experienced some benefits, and and since the practice is so simple and straightforward, I'm able to do it, and then they are able to practice freely by sharing others that they are practicing. So it's okay, it's all happening, we are all doing it, and we are all progressing. So that's the thing. So
yeah.
Manju, since it's already around 40 minutes that we started this session, and
Sure,
there are quite a few more important FAQs that are left, so maybe we
sure.
can cover those in our coming sessions.
Yeah,
And then there are bigger questions that people have around around that what do they need to do if they're already following a guru, if they're already chanting some mantras, or if they're already doing some religious practices and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So in coming episodes we will also take up those questions
Sure.
that people find complex to answer
Mm-hmm.
when they are wanting to practice Guru Siyag Yoga meditation.
Mm. True.
So now what we can do is we can put on the video of Gurudev, and in that video Gurudev will share very briefly about Guru Siyag Yoga, and we encourage you to visit the website www.gurusiyagyog.org to understand more about this practice and philosophy. And in the video, Gurudev will also share the mantra, which is also called the Sanjeevani mantra. And once you hear the mantra in Gurudev's voice, you get dikshit or inducted into this practice. After hearing the mantra, you can start with your meditation and chanting. And as we have shared already, that you have to meditate only twice a day. You have to follow a specific method, which is simple, that is there on the website, and you have to chant the mantra round the clock, and that means you can chant that mantra silently without moving your lips and tongue. So you do not have to move your mouth or do anything, just it has to be mental chanting. So you can easily chant the mantra while you are doing various chores that doesn't involve much of your head anyway. So you can start with that, and then you can add rigor to your mantra chant practice, because chanting of the mantra is of pivotal importance in this practice. So we have covered that before, and we'll be always be coming back to the basics again and again around how chanting of the mantra is the most critical part of Guru Siyag Yoga. Meanwhile, let's play Gurudev's video, and after watching the video, we all will meditate for 15 minutes
Yeah, while you're
together.
uploading the mantra, I would like to just say one more thing that
Yeah,
we should not be, giving this mantra from our, like, not telling anyone this mantra from our own mouth.
absolutely.
It has to be done in Gurudev's voice, and that's how the Diksha would happen. And we should only let it happen when Gurudev says that mantra. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for reminding that. Yeah, so you can only give mantra from your mouth when you are in that position, that you are at a place which is really in the interiors and somebody is really in a critical position, and you are sharing about Guru Siyag Yoga and your network is not coming in your phone, you do not have your laptop, you do not have Gurudev's video, and this person doesn't have any access to internet and all that. So in such circumstances you can share the mantra in your own voice also, but till the time it is possible to share it in Gurudev's voice, you have to make sure that the person who is hearing the mantra hears it through Gurudev's video. Yes, so let's play it right now.
Yoga mean Yoga means a union of the soul with God or the universal consciousness force. What are the benefits of Siddhi Yoga? Siddhi Yoga heals, cures, or frees the body from any physical illness, adds various forms of cancers, diabetes, arthritis, asthma, and even genetic disease like hemophilia. In the case of disease such as AIDS, which attacks the entire body, the patient may experience internal kriyas like sensation or heat, electricity, or tingling. According to Siddhi Yoga philosophy, the divine power awakened by the enlightened Guru gets transmitted through his blissful voice to the listeners, irrespective of language spoken by the Guru. This divine power transmissions occurs smoothly and remain unaffected by the language being used. Regular practice of Siddha Yoga strengthens the immune system. The Kundalini acts as a protective shield of the immune system and wards off the onslaught or recurrence of any disease. Impact of Kundalini awakening. The Kundalini makes the practitioner perform kriyas that are specific to his needs. With this cleaning, the practitioner is cured of all kinds of chronic and even terminal disease such as HIV, AIDS, cancer, arthritis, etc., and genetic disorder like hemophilia. Mental application too are completely cured and stress is completely relieved. Cling, Krishna, cling, 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 cling, Krishna, cling.
Jai Gurudev, everyone. Please come out of your meditation. Thank you for joining us in this session. And those of you who would like to ask a question, so they may reach out us on WhatsApp numbers. So those can be seen as displayed below. Or those of you who would like to share something about their practice, so their progress or anything like that, so they may also share their experiences on WhatsApp with us. So Manju, thank you once again to you for joining us today,
Thank you. Yeah.
and we'll meet next time now.
Yeah.
Okay, Jai
Jai
Gurudev once again.
Gurudev.